Okay, so you might be thinking to yourself, Conrad, what exactly is TeamSeas? And your Canadian finance channel, how on earth is this relevant? Well, let me first start by explaining what is TeamSeas. 2 years ago, Mr. Beast put together a campaign to raise $20 million with the hopes of planting 20 million trees. It was called Team Trees. Hundreds of influencers from across the world banded together and made the $20 million goal. And it is evident both by the financial and social support that this movement received, that because of these people and all of those involved, that this world became a little bit better of a place to be. Now, 2 years later, Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, two influencers that I greatly admire, and thousands of other influencers from across the world are getting together to help the ocean. Here's Mr. Beast and Mark Rober giving a 90-second explainer as to what TeamSeas is.
So we've spent the last 8 months working with the most trusted nonprofit cleanup organizations on the planet. And even though it was difficult, they guaranteed us that for every single dollar we raise, there will be one less pound of plastic and trash in the ocean. And that's just bonkers.
That literally means that for every $1 donated, this much trash comes out of the ocean. And for $5, this much trash comes out of the ocean.
To accomplish this, we have a three-prong approach, and we'll be cleaning up the beaches, rivers, and oceans across the world. Because trash on the beach ends up in the ocean, and the majority of trash in the rivers ends up there as well. So to clean the ocean, you gotta tackle all three. For the beaches and oceans, the best nonprofit, hands down, is the Ocean Conservancy. They're gonna use half the money we raise to organize massive volunteer beach cleanups, as well as go out to sea to clean up some of the existing trash. And then the other half of the money will go to the Ocean Cleanup and UN, and they're gonna focus on the rivers, because 80% of the plastic that flows to the ocean comes from only 1% of the rivers in the world. So to combat this, we'll be placing these trash-eating robots in the world's worst polluting rivers, so it can literally pick up trash 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We saw this working firsthand in the Dominican Republic, and it's just so cool.
The goal of TeamSeas is to remove 30 million pounds of trash from the ocean, probably the craziest thing we've ever attempted, which means we're trying to raise $30 million by the end of the year, which is $10 million more than what we raised for Team Trees, and exactly why we need your help.
So why am I involved? Well, I'm far from being considered an influencer, although I am working on that. But what I do believe in is doing things with and for a purpose, regardless of how big or how small that impact might be. After all, if everyone took just a little bit of time out of their day to make this world a better place, what an amazing world we would live in. In fact, when I was in university, I came up with one of my life's mottos, that if I could take just 5 minutes of my day to make someone's entire day better, what an amazing return on an investment that would be. And in my personal and professional life and in my videos, I try to teach the everyday Canadian to be better off financially. But the one thing that I want everybody to take away from it all is that despite money being important, some things are just more important than money. You should work hard to improve your finances, but I am a big believer that your motivation to be wealthy should be for something bigger than yourself. Studies have shown that when you're motivated to bring up others around you, rather than being motivated for your own self-centered gain, your odds of success actually increase, because it feels good to help others. On those days where you want to quit, on those days where it's difficult to push, when you're trying to reach that level of success and you're doing it for someone other than just yourself, when there's a bigger cause, a bigger reason for why you're doing these things, it's easier to keep yourself motivated long enough to reach that level of success. When you have more money, which good financial practices should give you, it allows you to be able to turn around and use that success to help your community, to help your country, or in this case, because of things like TeamSeas, make an impact on the entire world. So how can you become involved in TeamSeas? Well, the first thing that you can do is share this video with your friends and your family and on your social media, because the more people that this video reaches, the bigger impact this movement can have. The second thing that you can do is make a donation to the cause. Every little bit helps reach the goal, and doing a tiny little bit of something is always better than doing nothing at all. I'll put the link to the donation page in the description of this video. Additionally, if you're interested in learning about personal finances, real estate, and mortgages with a Canadian flavor, then subscribe to my channel. It's my goal in life to help people get ahead financially so they can afford to support causes like this and make a real difference in the world. In a day and age where we're excited to visit and colonize new planets, it's important to remember we only get one Earth. So let's take care of it.